Hello, hello, Gina. I see you're the first one in today. Hello. How are you doing? I'm in my pajama. Today is pajama day. I decided to wear my little pajamas and be comfortable today. So how is it going? How is it going? I'm loving your um healthy living series. That is very cool. So, any other tips that you have for your healthy living series? I'm going to, looks like we're in here by ourselves, but well, it looks like it's just you and me right now, Gina, but that's okay. Hopefully, others will join us, but if not, hey, I'm okay with that too. That's all right. That's okay. So, anyone else going to join in? Let me see. Let's see. Um, uh, well, anyone else coming in? Well, I'll just have a little chat and say, hi, Amy, how's it going? How's everything going over there in North Carolina? Thank you for joining. Hi, Delphine from Tampa. Oh, wow. You're where they're having that Tampa RV show right now. A lot of RVers are down there right now. Are you anywhere near that RV show, Delphine? Amy's in here saying hi to everyone. Well, we're only have a few people in so far, but hopefully more will be joining us. One of the holy, you have a question mark. Do you not hear me? Let's see. Okay, everything is great. Okay, all right. So I'm wondering if I'm going to be asking some questions today, but I was going to wait a couple of minutes. Hi, Blanche Taylor. How are you doing? Where are you hailing from, Blanche? Susie Jones is in from Lake Tillery. Now, where is Lake Tillery, Susie? My geography isn't the best, I must admit. You see, I'm doing pajama day today. I'm just kicked back, relax. Hey, it's one of those days. I seem to be having a lot of those days lately. One Amy says, I hear you. Delphine Bowles says, I'm about 10 blocks away from the RV show. Wow. Do you think you're going to make it over there, Delphine, or what? Hey, Mr. Rim 81. Hello, Mr. Rim 81. How's it going? Where are you hailing from? I'm checking to see where everyone's coming from today. North Carolina, Susie Jones. My brother is in North Carolina. Right outside of Greenville. So Carol Chase and hi, Carol says good afternoon from California. We're in California, Carol. We may not be that far apart. Have to have a little meetup. Dreaming Out Loud. Hi, Dreaming Out Loud RV. My color, I'm gonna get this up. My light seems to be changing back and forth. Dreaming Out Loud says hello, y'all traveling home from Tampa, and put PJs on to join in. Well, if you'd like to come on in, Dreaming Out Loud, and show us your PJs, I'm trying to do, let's see, let me try. You know how I am with getting these invites out here. Hi, Sincerely Marie, how's it going? Oh, Blanche Taylor is from Virginia Beach, Virginia. Delphine says no, watching the football game with hubby. Oh, who's playing? Who's playing today, Delphine? Sincerely Marie is from Chicago. My very best friend lives in the Chicago area. Hi, Angels Angels Cove. My very good friend Anna is on. Says hi, Glow. Hi, Tracy from Traveling Granny. Says hello, my dear. Oh, good to see you, Tracy. And Donna Smith from Massachusetts. I'm thinking that's from Massachusetts. Mr. Rim 81 says it's cold and snow in Illinois. Wow. Whoa, whoa. Carol says Lake Isabella. Oh, okay. Isn't Lake Isabella up near not Big Bear? We went up to where we went, Kern River. Is Lake Isabella near Kern River, Carol? We went up there whitewater rafting a couple summers ago. Demita is in Culver City, California. Oh, okay. That's not too far, Demita. That's up near the LA area. You guys, I think, even have stricter restrictions on COVID than we do. Well, no, maybe you don't. I was thinking LA County has the strictest restrictions that there are. Hey, Griswold family vacay. Hey, they said, hey, Carol. Hey, how are you all doing? How are you doing with your channel and getting to where you want to get, Griswold? I'm gonna send a stream out if someone who is a creator or even not a creator wants to come on. Mommy and Kimberly's Adventures. Hi, I love your adventures. And you do those Dollar Tree hauls, Mommy and Kimberly's Adventures. So good to have you in the house. So good to have you here. Delphine says Green Bay and the Rams are playing. Well, I guess, I don't know about the Rams. I'll have to think about that. Traveling Granny says, I dare any of you to say hi. Inside joke. Carol Chasen says, yes, Kern River Valley. Oh, we had so much fun. Well, we had some fun. It was a little bit crazy because the person who was doing the whitewater raft for us drove us into a tree, and then we lost all our paddles. So it was fun, but it was also kind of crazy. Although my daughter's over there telling me, tell them I loved it. Tell them I loved it. What was it experience?
It was crazy.
She said it was a crazy, but she likes crazy experiences. So you know how teens are. Mommy and Kimberly's Adventures say, thanks, sis. Griswold Family Vacay says, we got monetized this week. Thank you so much. Oh, very cool. Very, very cool. Griswold Family Vacay. Good job. Good job. So glad to hear that. Could everyone in here who is a content creator, who has a YouTube channel, would you put a big C up there? Because I would really like for everyone to see that. And anyone that you have that has a C up there, could you go by and check them out? Tell them that Glow sent you, but just go check them out. And you never know, you may enjoy them and want to subscribe to them and follow them. So I'd love for everyone to do that. Fordman, aka Kenneth Oakes. Hey, the Ford man's in the house. He says, hello, everyone. We'll be listening in the background. Great, Kenneth. Thank you so much. Next page, PGA. Next page, PJ. Hey, next page. Says, hey, Glorious, I'm checking in and lurking. Just stop to say hello and give you a thumbs up. Thank you. Hey, that works. Next page. Thank you so much. Jocelyn Morrison says, hello, all from sunny California. Jocelyn, hasn't it been great? I was in Ramona yesterday because I'm having some work done on my van, and it was 95. I couldn't believe it. It was 95 up in Ramona yesterday. Cynthia Patrick says, hello from Detroit. Just wanted to stick my head in to say hello, and I love watching you. Thank you so much, Cynthia. I may be headed to Detroit this summer to talk to a person there called Ashley Hamilton. She's an investor there, and we've been doing some talking. So I just may be headed out that way to your neck of the woods, Cynthia. And if I do, I may stop in, hopefully, and say hi to Mama Ray Ray. Rayleigh Creative Travel, Blaine. Hey, Blaine, how's it going? Blaine, I still haven't got your $50 gift card out, but Monday, everything's closed, but by Tuesday, I should be caught up on all of the prizes. That's one of the reasons I'm not going to do prizes today, because I'm still behind, but I will get it, Blaine, out to you. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten. Oh, Judith Williams Hudson, my friend Judy, says, good afternoon, everyone. She's moderating for me. Thank you so much, Judy. Mommy and Kimberly's Adventure says, big thumbs up, sis. Thank you. Thank you. You are my sis. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Jocelyn Morrison says, yes, it has been. So while some of you in here have been having snow and all manners of weather, we have been having really warm, beautiful weather here. Out at the beach, I did an interview at the beach about a week ago. I don't know how many of you saw it, with Carl. Oh, such a sweet, nice young man. But he has a self built Ford Transit, and he's a surfer. So he said, "Can we do the interview at the beach?" And I said, "Hey, that's my happy place. I'll be glad to do it at the beach." So we did it at the beach. Rayleigh Creative Travel says, "No worries at all. Take your time. Just thankful to be part of this community." Isn't this a wonderful community? Not just the RV community, not just the cooking community, but the YouTube community, creators and non-content creators. Everyone is just really so nice and helpful and just caring. I see in the kitchen with Karen. I don't know why my light keeps moving, going in and out. But Jessica, do you mind? She bumped her toe, so you know, with a teenager, everything is a mini drama. But Rayleigh's creative travel. Thanks a lot for saying that, Blaine. In the kitchen with Karen. Karen, hi. Karen says, "Hello, Glorious Life on Wheels. I'm in California too. Oh, do you mind what area or maybe just what county?" And so we've got a lot of Californians in here. We may have to do a get together when things get a little more settled. I'm looking to try and plan my first get together. I wanted to ask you all, I am going to start putting some merchandise out. My goal is to have it out by the 1st of March. So I was thinking of maybe a little visor with glow on it, maybe a coffee mug. What other ideas do you guys have that you think would be cool merchandise? And I'm going to do some stickers. So, but I'm getting the logo created for those stickers. Rayleigh Creative is saying hi to Griswold and Brian Ford. Hi, Brian Ford. Perfect timing. I just got out of the kitchen. What did you make? What did you do in the kitchen, Brian? Care to share with us? In the kitchen with Karen says San Francisco. Oh, I was born in San Francisco at Letterman Military Hospital in San Francisco at the Presidio. So I'm very familiar with the San Francisco Bay Area. In fact, I grew up in the Bay Area. Love the Bay Area, Karen. So seafood, oh, best seafood. Oh my goodness. I think Boston, San Francisco, and Louisiana for the seafood in terms of Creole type of seafood. But Boston and San Francisco, I think, have the best seafood. Brian says, yes, call right here. Oh, Callie right here also. Callie too. Wow. We have enough in the house here to do a Callie get together. Definitely we'll have to look forward to that. Maybe with another California van channel, we'll have to do a get together, a meetup. Sounds like a plan. Van Life with Gina says, hello, I'm back. Welcome back, Gina. Welcome back. You were the first one in the house today. So thank you. My friend Gina, go over and check her channel out, Van Life with Gina. And in fact, go check out you've got all of these in the kitchen with Karen, Rayleigh Creative Travel, Griswold, all of these channels in here. Again, any of you who have channels, put a C for creator down so that we can know and go over and check you out. One of the holy, Amy says a t-shirt. Okay. All right. A t-shirt. In the kitchen with Karen says, oh, wow. Yeah, we'll have to do a get together. Van Life with Gina saying hello. Brian Ford says nothing special. Mac and cheese with ground beef for the big kid. Chicken strips and fries for the little kid. Iced coffee for me. Oh, I love iced coffee. And you know who, believe it or not, who makes a fairly good iced coffee, and it's cheap because they have it only for $2, is McDonald's. I love their what do you call it? Their frappe, their iced coffee, but also their caramel frappe. And mac and cheese, I ground beef, anything in it, that's pretty good. Angel's Cove said we would love some sun visors and baseball caps. That's what I was thinking. Sun visors, Angel's Cove, which is my friend Anna, and yeah, some baseball caps. Okay, I'll put that on the list. Van Life with Gina says I've got some cool channels lined up tonight for shout outs. Cool. What time are you going to be on? Tell everyone what time you're going to be on, Gina, so everyone can know to watch. Purple Tube says hello. Hi, Purple Tube. Now, Purple Tube has just some great meditation and you have that waterfall, don't you, Purple Tube? That waterfall on your property, if I'm not mistaken. Van Life with Gina is saying hello to Brian Ford, and everyone's saying hi, bye. So far it looks like t-shirts, visor, baseball caps. I was thinking maybe an apron, but I don't know, I'll have to think about that. Or maybe a wooden spoon with my logo on it, so that, because people are always writing me in asking me, why do I keep stirring things in the pot with a metal spoon? And my friend Anna from Angels Cove gave me a really nice set of utensils that aren't metal to use, but I just keep forgetting. But I thought maybe a wooden spoon with the glow logo when I get the logo on it, or just glow on it. What do you guys think of that? Dreaming Out Loud RVing says Point South KOA delivers pizzas to your site. Pizza and wine for dinner. Hey, very cool. Very cool. Dreaming Out Loud RVing. So you're having pizza and wine. What kind of wine are you having? I kind of like the sweeter wine. There's one that I like. It's by, oh gosh, I can't. I'll have to think of it, but it's one that I like, that I'll try and think of, but it's a little bit on the sweeter side. Van Life with Gina, her live is coming on tonight at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So that'll be 6 p.m. Standard and 9 p.m. Eastern, and 8 p.m. That'll be 8 p.m. Central. So tune in again, 6 p.m. Pacific, and you guys figure out the rest because I can't say that again. But tune in to Gina's tonight. She'll have some great channel shout outs. Purple Tube, yes, I have a waterfall in my backyard. Wow. And it's a natural waterfall. Is it one you made? It looks like it's natural, Purple Tube. Did you make it? But Purple Tube has her own private personal waterfall. I am jealous. I am really jealous. Delphine Bowles says an apron. I was thinking of that. I may do that. Everyone is saying hello. Angels Cove says, yeah, the wooden spoon is a great idea. Okay, I just may do the wooden spoon. Blanche Taylor says, hello, Rayleigh Creative Travel and everyone. Jennifer Kennedy says, hi there, on my first live with you. Well, welcome, Jennifer. I love newbies and old timers alike. So thank you very much for coming in, Blanche. I really appreciate it. I wanted to ask some of you, I'm doing more and more tours with Out and About, and wanted to ask some of you if you have some specific things you'd like me to tour. I have someone who came on my comments and asked me if I do a tour of a minivan. So I'm looking for a really interesting minivan and also interesting person to go along with the minivan, because really the tour of the van or whatever vehicle I tour is interesting, but it's the people who really are the most interesting, like Annette, the lady who's living with 2 German Shepherds in a tent. I mean, you just can't make up this kind of interesting dynamic situation. So the people, and if any of you have a really story that you think is different, off the beaten track, I'd love to do a tour and an interview with you. So hit me up. And Rayleigh Creative Travel is saying hey to Blanche. Dreaming Out Loud RVing says we like the bourbon barrel reds. Bourbon barrel reds. Now I'm gonna have to figure out what that is. I'm a little behind the times on things. Dreaming Out Loud RVing. And Brian Ford says 29 watching. Don't forget the like button before you leave. Brian, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I always forget to tell people that because I'm just so interested in hearing and seeing what people have to say. Purple Tube says it's a natural flowing waterfall with a pond. It was on the property when I bought it. Oh my gosh. I just love that waterfall, Purple Tube. It's really one of the best features on any of the channels. And Don, thank you. $5. That's my brother. Thank you so much, Donald. I really appreciate it. The $5 super chat. Thank you. I'll do like Traveling Roberts. Super chat. Oh, well, maybe I came a little short there, but anyhow, thank you. Dreaming Out Loud RVing says, I like the apron and spoon. Every year at Thanksgiving, there is this guy that has wooden utensils and wood burns anything you want on it at the convention center. Huh. That, you know what? If we have a country fair or a county fair here this year, maybe they'll have someone like that here. I certainly hope we have a county fair. I just love the county fair. And we missed it this year because they didn't have it. They canceled it. Brian Ford says, very nice, Don. Thank you, Brian. Thank you. Donald says, and Purple Tube says, thank you. Donald says, hi to all the Globies. Sorry I'm late. Hey, bro, you're never late. Just anytime you get here is right on time. Judith says RV. Huh. Yeah, Judith. Now, Judy has an Airstream that she's done some very interesting tile work in that I am going to hopefully get to do a tour of in Quartzside. Jennifer Kennedy says Annette and Carl were both amazing. Weren't they both interesting? I tell you, I've had so many ladies write in about Carl, saying where she lived near them, talking about he's a cutie. He is a cutie. I told Anna over at Angel's Cove, I said, you know what? I think I'm going to title this video Gorgeous Surfer. And she was like, yeah, I don't know about that. And I did reconsider and decided not to make it Gorgeous Surfer, but he was a cutie patootie. But the best thing about Carl is how nice he was. He was genuinely a nice guy and just such a positive, lovely spirit. So I've been very fortunate. I haven't interviewed any grumps yet. So I hope I continue to be that lucky. Judith Williamson says, Judy says, that's his late fee. Talking about Donald, the $5 is his late fee. There's no late fees around here, Judy. Judy's a taskmaster. Happy Go Lucky. Hi, Happy Go Lucky. How are you doing? Says, hi, Glorious. Hi, everyone. Brian says late fee too. No, I waive all late fees around here. Although I did add a little bit extra to the gift cards that I gave away about 2 weeks ago that I was late in getting out. I did add a late fee to that. So I put an extra $5 on those gift cards for being so late. But everything is going so crazy, so hyper that with everything that I'm just running behind. So but that's it. Hi, Healthy Living with Miss Renee the Barbara. Hey, Miss Renee, how's it going? She says, hi, Glorious Life on Wheels. Miss Renee the Barber also has a YouTube channel. She's a creator and she has some great tips on there on healthy living, but also some fabulous recipes and easy, quick recipes that she makes. So check out Miss Renee the Barber. Dreaming Out Loud RVing says, for your information, Airstream wasn't even at the Tampa show this year. What? I was hoping that they would be there because they have this little Airstream called what's it called? Anyhow, Kevin at 30 and a Wake Up did a back something, I don't know, but he did an interview with a young lady that lives in an Airstream, and it was just if I wasn't afraid to tow something, I would trade my van in for that little Airstream, maybe. I don't know. I love my van. Hey, Mama Ray Ray in the kitchen says, hey, hello to Glorious Life on Wheels. Hey, Mama Ray Ray did some sizzling chicken wings the other day. They were really some lemon pepper chicken wings. So Mama Ray Ray has some great recipes too. So do check out Mama Ray Ray in the kitchen. I was just telling them, Mama Ray Ray, that I'm going to be going to Detroit possibly this summer, getting with a lady by the name of Ashley Hamilton, who's an investor out there. And I said I might just drop in on Mama Ray Ray's kitchen when I go out to Detroit this summer if things are settled down. Judy says, my phone is acting crazy, Don. How do I untime him? I don't know. Untime who? Huh? Oh, Blanche Taylor. Thank you, Blanche, for the super chat. Sing super chat again. Okay, here goes. Super chat. Super Blanche. I got to get my own little super chat song. Robert, he's got an advantage because he's a singer. He's in a group, so he's got it down pat. But I'm going to come up with my own super chat song, and I'll have to play it for you. Brian Ford says, very thoughtful, Blanche Taylor. Yes, Blanche, very thoughtful. Thank you. Oh, Hope Bella Experience says hello to everyone. Hello, Hope Bella. How's it going? Glad to see you in the house. Dreaming Out Loud RVing says, Outback, we were looking for that for you. Oh, that, yes, it was the Outback. That's what it was, the Outback Airstream. Thank you so much, Dreaming Out Loud RVing. Dreaming Out Loud RVing, I gave them a list of stuff I wanted to see. And I gave them a laundry list of different things I wanted to see, and they were trying to find these things for their videos. I am really looking forward to those, Dreaming Out Loud. Thank you so much. I can't believe Airstream wasn't there. Wow, that's really something. But anyhow, Camper Gore 1, hello, how are you? I'm doing great, Camper Gore 1. Thanks so much. Brian Ford says, hello, Bella Experience. Healthy living with Miss Renee. Let me say that again. Healthy living with Miss Renee the Barber says, do you drive your van across the United States? Glorious Life on Wheel. That's my plan. I want to be going everywhere, and I'd also like to drive it up to Banff National Park in Canada. That's on my list. I'm checking out the weather in Utah. I don't really want to be driving in the snow, but I'd like to make a trip up to Zion Park. And there's a tiny house, little village up there I want to check out too. So we'll see. Camper Gore 1 says, Courtside is up and rolling. It is, Camper Gore 1. And I hope to be there. I had a little snafu, but I'm not going to even go into that because it'll get me down. But hoping to get there and do some more tours there. I have a couple of people that I had pre-scheduled. Well, not pre-scheduled, but I had talked to about doing tours, and I think they'll be interesting. And I think you guys will really enjoy them. I haven't made this announcement, but since all of you are good enough to come on to my live, I'm going to make this announcement. Let me cross my fingers so I don't jinx it. But supposedly, Bob Wells is going to be interviewing me for Cheap RV Living. So I didn't want to jinx it, but I'm going to announce that. And I'll announce it here to you, and I'm not going to announce it anywhere else but on this live. So those of you who are here will hear it for the first time that I am hopefully going to have an interview with Bob Wells. It's scheduled, and hopefully, if the creek don't rise, I'll be on Bob Wells' channel one of these days, because you never know exactly when he'll schedule it. But hey, Agent Officer Thomas A. Porter, DPO, says, good early evening, Carol. I'm getting off and you're on, so had to say hi. Thank you so much to your sweet, beautiful presence on Earth. Been doing all day, and power nap has arrived. Take care always, Tommy. Oh, you deserve that power nap, Tommy. Take care. Oh, here's Cuddles. You want to come up here, Cuddles, and say hello? My little Cuddles is over here. He wants to say hi. Okay, no licking, just say hi. Okay. He always wants to come up and get his Cuddles. Well, his name should tell you a lot about his personality. Don Miller says, that's okay. More funny than anything else. Camper 1 says, please text me when you go out there, okay? Camper 1, send me oh goodness. Hold on. Camper 1, email me. So I'll know how to reach you by text or by email. But I will hit you up when I get there. Crafty Ella. Hi, Crafty Ella. Says, love your videos at, are you full-time or sticks and bricks still? I am part-time, Ella. I have a special needs child. I became a parent for the first time at 50. I adopted my great niece, and she is on the autism spectrum. So she's still a teenager, and she needs a permanent and stable residence. So it doesn't, for being on the autism spectrum, for her, some kids it's okay with, but for her it doesn't work. So I will always keep a sticks and bricks. My goal is to be out maybe a month, 2 months, come back for a week or so, out again, back. And that's probably the schedule that I will maintain, um, for at least for the foreseeable future. Hope Bella Experience says, my husband and I are about 60 days out from our RV purchase. I'm so excited. I'm excited for you. That what kind are you looking at getting? Have you narrowed it down, or are you still um going through your list, narrowing it down? Healthy living with Miss Renee the barber says, congratulations. Yes. And Mama Ray in the kitchen says, awesome. That is awesome. I'm so happy for you. I'm just happy when anyone can follow their dreams, you know. It's just a wonderful thing. Dreaming Out Loud RVing says, how exciting. That's fantastic. Happy Go Lucky says, I've got my fingers crossed for you. We all have our fingers crossed for you. Crafty Ella says, congrats on the interview. Thank you, Crafty Ella. I appreciate that. I am really excited about it. There's an interesting story there. I went to my first RTR in 2018 because I had just found out about Bob Wells. I just found out about that you could do a camper van, that you could build one. I thought you had to buy one, and the ones I was looking at, they were like, I couldn't believe it. Those Class Bs were like 125, 130,000. I was like, well, that's never going to happen. So I happened to see Bob Wells, and he was showing how people can get a cargo van or even a minivan. So I thought, you know what, let me try this out. So I rented a Dodge Caravan, and I went to my first RTR. And that was to try and see, could I do this in a minivan? And I really found that for me, I needed to stand up. But I met Bob there, and I told him, I said, you know what? I'm going to come back one of these years in a built out van, and I want you to interview me. And he said, I will. I will. When you come back with your van, I will interview you. Well, the next year I came back and I had my cargo van, but I had just gotten it, so it was empty. It didn't have anything in it. And I met with him again. I said, okay, I've got my van now. And he goes, I'll interview you. When you come back, I'll interview you. Well, the next year I went back, but my van was being built. So now that's 3 RTRs I went to, and every one I was Well, hello. You never know what's going to happen on this channel. I am sorry, you guys. I lost my connection. Oh, well, what can I say? What can I say? Hopefully, you guys have been chatting with each other. You never know what's going to happen on my lives. You never know. So tune in. God only knows. But anyhow, let me. Traveling Granny says, still listening, Carol. I'm driving. Thank you, Traveling Granny. Thank you. Thank you, Tracy. Blanche says, hello. My phone went black. Hope things are okay. Yeah, my computer went black too. I was disconnected. But I'm now back on. I'm hoping this doesn't happen. I'm going to try and do a live. Well, you know what? I actually need to be announcing I'm not going to be doing a live on the 23rd. I'm not going to do a live on the 23rd. If someone wants to do a live, and maybe if I can get on a little bit, I will. But the 23rd is the day that Bob Wells is going to be interviewing me. So I'm sorry, dear friends. I'm not going to do a live that day, and I'll try and be back on the following week. So I'll make that announcement. But anyhow, so 3 years in a row, I was at the RTR telling Bob Wells, and Bob saying every year, yep, I'll interview you. Just get your van. I'm going to interview you. Well, guess what? This will be since 1918, and now I'm sorry, 1918. Where is my brain? Since 2018, he's been saying that, and I've been telling him now in 2021, it's finally going to come true. So you know what? Sometimes it takes a while for your dream to come through, but it will happen. Dreaming Out Loud says, sorry, buffering. Yeah, no, that was me dreaming out loud, RVing. Sorry. Brian Ford said I took the money and ran. No, Brian, I didn't. I promise you I didn't. Can you guys see me? Let me know if you can hear me and everything's good or not. Brian Ford said, hey, Brian, I didn't take the money and run. I'm back. Healthy Living with Miss Renee the Barber says, you're back. Glorious Life on Wheels. I'm telling you, thank goodness this doesn't happen when I'm doing my interviews. But then I have a camera person, so I have someone who knows what they're doing. So Donald Miller says, hey, there we go. Yep. Mama Ray in the kitchen says, we're back. Spell Madam says, sounds good. Exalted One M says, hello, Glow. I'm new to Nomad Love. Oh, life. I love your video. May God continue to bless you. Thank you so much, Exalted One M. So you're new to Nomad Love Life. So do you have a rig? Are you living in it? Are you sticks and bricks? Or are you looking to join the community? What's your status? Exalted? Let me know. Crafty Ellis says, oh no. He said, now okay, yeah. You never know with this channel. Healthy Living with Miss Renee the Barber says, I see you. Yeah, me too. I see me too. One of the holy says, everything is good. Don Miller says, yes. Donna Smith, yep. Everyone's saying hello. Art Make Peace says, gotta love technology. Yeah, I have to admit it wasn't the technology. It was me. But it's great, though, to have it. It is great to have it. Don Miller says, hi, Exalted One, welcome. Yes, welcome. I am wondering, since we have Monday coming up, well, Monday, I have to admit, Monday, I did do a little bit of a rant for Mondays. It's not typical, and I won't do too many rants, but I was just sharing some things on the video Monday about what's developing with this insurance case with the person who ran into the back of me. I have a question for some of you, for all of you. Do you know anyone who, anytime anything bad happens to them, it's always someone else's fault? No matter what they did to contribute to it, they're always the victim. I'm just, it just stuns me when I meet people like that who clearly they did something wrong that caused something bad to happen in their life, but they have zero insight to that, and they blame everyone around them. I don't get that. I wonder what is it, that they were given everything as a child, they were never held accountable, they were never penalized, never got consequences. What do you think that is? I don't get that. I really don't get it. But anyhow, if you know someone, AAA, hi AAA, welcome, says, I think we all know someone like that. Well, you know what? That it just does that annoy you? It really annoys me. Now, sometimes do we blame other people when we should really accept the responsibility ourselves? Yeah, I think we all have done that. And then eventually we come around and realize, no, this was my fault. But I mean, someone who all the time never accepts responsibility. I'm just uh, and things that are so clearly like this woman running into the back of my vehicle. Now she's the victim. I'm like, how do you? Is that a twisted brain, or is it just a twisted perspective on life? I don't get it. I don't get it. Anyhow, Art Make Peace says, "Howdy, van life with Gina." Yes, Crafty. Crafty says, one person says, my husband, LOL. I'm not gonna name that in case your husband's watching. Someone else says, my sister. uh, Triple A says, they are people that can't see themselves. I guess so. I guess they've never looked in the mirror. Van Life with Gina is saying, hey, to my brother, Don Miller. Spell Madam says, projection. I guess. Jocelyn Morrison says, yes, I know someone. What do those people? Do you keep them in your, this person is obviously not someone who's going to stay in my life because she hit my car and, hopefully I'll never see her again. But do you keep those people in your lives? Do you try and educate them, for lack of a better way to put it? Do you try and educate them? What do you do? How do you treat people like that in your lives? Or do you just give up, wash your hands and say, I'm done, and just take them out of your circle? Art Make Peace says, my mother is like that. Her whole life's problems are always other people's fault. Wow. That must be really difficult, Art Make Peace, because that's someone who clearly, you love your mom. So what do you do? How do you handle that? Van Life with Gina says, hello, triple A. Brian Ford says, it's always someone else's fault, always. He smiling. Don Miller says, I think that most people know at least one person like that. Yep. Crafty Ella says, hourly. Oh, A says, of course it's annoying. It's not taking responsibility, as you said. Is it that they just, could it be, I'm just reaching here, could it be that they feel so badly about themselves already that taking on the burden of their responsibility makes them feel worse about themselves? I guess that's a generous way to look at it. I don't know. Healthy Living with Miss Renee the Barber says, yes, I know people like that. I know people that like to play the victim, and yes, it irritates me too, Glow. Yeah, it does irritate me. It really does. Brian Ford says, my wife is like that. I don't want to get you in trouble, Brian. I hope your wife's not watching. Don't want to get anyone in trouble over here. Crafty Ella says, he is here looking right at me. Oh, well, I can't give high away. Uh-oh. I don't want to have some marital problems as a result of this show. So maybe I'll venture away from that question. Blanche Taylor says, my grandmother. Wow. So we know a lot of people in our families that are like that. Wow. That's hard when it's in your family, because that's hard to get away from. AA says, no, they are educated. That is their problem. Some people can be educated and some people cannot. They have to want to learn. You know what? That's an excellent point. You know, my mom used to have a saying, you can take a horse to water, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. And that is so true. Some people don't want to change. Some people like being the martyr, you know. So, but anyhow, Exalted One M says, being honest, most people never grow up. Well, I have to admit, there's a bit of me that has not grown up yet. I like to think that it in a good way, but there probably is another part of me that's still not growing up. Sometimes I do have to backtrack and say I'm sorry for things that I really should have known better about. But, what can I say other than try and just do better? Don Miller says, I may talk to them about it one time, but then, and then he has dot, 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 no more time to waste. Life is too short to let someone worry me. That's my brother. That's his attitude. Because I'll call him up, and he'll say, hey, move on, leave him alone. So I have unloaded a lot on Donald, my brother, and he's like hey, don't have the time, kick him to the curb. But he will give you a chance. And then he's done. AAA says, you might not want to put that in print. Brian Ford, nothing goes away on the internet. True. Good point, AAA. Brian Ford says, I'm a smart married man. Notice I retracted my statement. Well, we won't repeat it, Brian. We won't repeat it. You are a smart married man. Very smart. Hey, that Brian, he's no dummy. He knows what he's doing. He's got it all together. Crafty Ella says, all fun here. That's true. That's so true, Crafty Ella. Don Miller says, smart man, Brian, LOL. Stella's RV Adventures. Hi, Stella's RV Adventures. How are you doing? I'm watching football right now, but thought I would come by and give you some love. Thank you. Love back to you, Stella's RV Adventures. Have you had any good adventures lately, Stella? Let us know. Red's Random Video says, hello, Glow. Hi, how's it going, Red's Random Videos? How are you doing? Good to see you. And Don Miller is saying hello to the new people coming in. Exalted 1M says, well, actually, I bet the person that hit your vehicle was not grown enough to accept responsibility for what they had done. You're fine. I love following your show and I'm a subscriber. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Exalted One. I'll give a little hint. It's not going to be over the next couple of weeks, but I have a couple that I want to interview because I'm wondering what it's like as a couple on the road. Are any of you out there, any of you couples that are out there, put a thumbs up. And if you're a couple, if you're in the chat and you're a couple out there on the road, put a thumbs up. And because I have a couple questions for you. Red's Random Video says hi to Dawn. Mama Ray in the kitchen says hi to Red's Random Videos. Art Make Peace says, I've noticed in my older age, now I have less patience for stupid people and sometimes speak before I should on the situation. LOL. You know what? Art Make Peace, I'm with you. I do find that I have less patience. What I'm finding though, and I'm telling on myself, so I'm going to go ahead and tell on myself. I sometimes am quick to respond, but I do find that I'm catching myself a little more that I now have a YouTube channel because I don't want to be on someone's YouTube channel talking about how Glow went ballistic. So if you want to learn how to temper yourself, get a YouTube channel. You just might learn how to do it a little better. But that doesn't mean I'm not me. I mean, like, hey, if I have to tell you something, I'm going to tell it to you. And if you need to be straightened out, if we're out somewhere and you need to be straightened out, and I'm just going to have to do it. What can I say? YouTube channel or not? Some people you just got to deal with. Let me put it like that. You just have to deal with them. Everyone's saying hi. Healthy Living with Miss Renee the Barber says, I like how your brother supports you on your live streams. I do too. I love how Donald and his wife Amy both support me on these live streams. They are very, very cool here supporting me. But then they support me on everything. I try to support them too, but they support me on everything, always looking out for me. I know, a couple summers ago, I was having some real challenges with my daughter. And Donald, who is also her great uncle, said, you know what? I'll give you a break. I'll step in the gap here for a while. So she went back and spent a month with my brother in North Carolina. So yeah, he has supported me in many more ways than I could even express. Because we were having some challenges, and he said, and see, here's the thing. Now, you guys tell me if you think this is the case or not. But I think children, they just act different with a man than they do with their moms. You know, my daughter and I can be walking down and I can say something and she, back, how teenagers are. If my brother is walking with us, my daughter will start to go, I'll say something, she'll start to get, and then she'll glance over, and my brother Donald will be looking. He won't say a word. He'll just be looking, and she'll shut it down. She won't say one more word. She won't argue, she won't debate. She will shut it down. So do you think there's something about, and I remember my goddaughter, she was telling me, she was cracking up telling me how, I think I told this story before, how her younger son was kind of, her kids are not disrespectful. They really are not. They're the most respectful kids I've seen. But one of them was saying, well, why can't I do that? Something she told me couldn't do. And he, to her husband, that's disrespectful to Andre. So he didn't know that Andre had come into the room, was standing behind him, and Andre didn't say a word. And he turned around, and when he saw Andre, he went, his eyes got real big because he knew, oh boy. Now see, he'll debate with his mom, but when the dad comes in, that shuts down right then. Is it the male presence? Because there's something about a male there that, I tell you, AAA says, wish you all well. So happy I came across this live feed. Thank you, Glow. Sorry I forgot your name. I will watch more of your videos. Thank you, AAA. I really appreciate it. I do so appreciate it. And I'm going to be doing more and more videos. Stay safe, everyone, AAA says. You too, AAA. And thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming by. It was great having you, and hope to see you again. I won't have a live next Saturday, but maybe someone else will want to take over. So let me know if there's someone who wants to take over for next Saturday when I'm being interviewed by Bob Wells. Healthy Living with Miss Renee the Barber says, if I missed some of your comments, do add them again, because I think I missed a few that were above. So, oh my goodness, I was getting ready to start reading Miss Renee the Barber's about couples. Could you say that again, Miss Renee? It moved up, and you know me, I can't get it back down. Blanche Taylor says, I'm a loner. Negative people love to bring positive people down. This is true, Blanche. You have to be careful, because sometimes, you can be in the greatest spirits, great day, everything, and, you have to be careful, because negative people can bring you down. So I think you have to be careful about what you put into your mind, but also about the people that you have let access to your mind, because you just have to be careful what you ingest, not only food wise, but mentally and spiritually. Don Miller says, but we are in different rooms in the house. She is in the master and I'm in my office. Yeah, I agree, Blanche Taylor. That's Healthy Living with Renee the Barber says she agrees that, sometimes they can just bring you down. One of the holy says, I disagree, because you just have to lose your mind one good time and they will know you're not playing. So you have to, I have a friend who used to say, you know what? Sometimes you have to get your crazy on to make people know that you're serious. Now, I know someone else. Is it Patricia? Anyhow, it's a woman who has a ministry, and she's talking about couples. Oh, one of the holy, Amy says, my kids and my grandkids know I'm crazy. LOL. Yeah, her kids, they don't push her. They know that no, and her grandkids, they don't try to put Amy in check. Don Miller says, wait until I hit the Powerball tonight, then I really am going to support you. Yes, children do handle their business different when dealing with a man. Yeah, I agree. I think they do. Crafty Ella says, I just had this conversation with my daughter, and she said our relationship is more open than with dad. She is 34. That's true. Because you'll hear moms sometimes say, okay, we better not tell your dad. So I wonder what that is. Our dad's going to go a little off the chain. So, Corinne, I hope I say this right, Corinne. Corinne Greger says, love your channel. Thank you so much, Corinne. I appreciate it. Don Miller says, I agree. She really is crazy. Okay, Donald, after this show is over, you still have to live in that house, so you better watch it. Mama Ray in the kitchen says something about a man. Yeah, there's something about the authority of a man, although I have a niece who's a teacher. She taught preschool, and she had a little boy, and he had a mom. It was a single family, single mother household, and she said that all she had to do to that child if he started getting out of hand was say, "Do you want me calling your mom? You want me calling your mama up in here?" And he would say, "Oh, no, no, no." And she said he would straighten up in a hurry. She said because his mother would come in there and she'd ask, "Give you any problems today?" And she said he would look at her like, "Please, please don't say I did. Please." So I don't know. What is it about some moms that, they just give you a look and it shuts it down? What I've been trying to get my look together, but I guess I don't have, because my mom could give us a look from across the room and we knew, one day I do remember one time I was outside and my mom was outside and she was on the porch and I was out in the yard and my mother said something and I said something smart to her because I was thinking, honestly, well, she's pretty far away. So I said something smart and I was like, not really real disrespectful, but just like, what do you want? Or something like that. But I thought, okay, she's far enough away that if she starts coming for me, I can get away. But I was a teenager. And before I knew it, I was sopping wet. She had taken the hose and it had like one of those nozzles with like a fire hose on it. And she had hosed me down. I was getting ready to go out on a date and I was dripping, soaking wet. My hair was wet. My clothes were wet. And I couldn't even say anything because I had to go back in the house to change. So I wasn't crazy. I knew better than to keep that going. But yeah, so she was on that porch. She said, say something else. Well, I didn't say anything else. I went in the house and changed my clothes and shut my mouth until I left. But so some moms have it. But healthy living with Miss Renee the barber says couples on the road is a great topic, Lori. Yeah, I want to do. I'm going to do one. I have someone lined up. They've agreed to do it. So we'll see how it goes. Crafty Ella says, is Florida in your travel plans? Well, I would love to get down to Florida. I don't know. I would love to get to all the states, to tell you the truth. I mean, I've been to many of them, but not in my van. I would like to get to all the states, and I would really like to get to most of the national parks. So I'd like to go down to one of those Everglade parks, although I'll tell you the truth, I'm kind of afraid of gators. So I'll see, Crafty Ella. I will see. If I do, I will let you know. That's for sure. Art Make Peace says, I think it's more of the nurturing way women handle their kids, but the fathers are more of the discipline in the situation. That is true. That is true. Although my dad, I remember my dad only gave me one spanking as a kid that I recall. And then he felt so badly about it that he took me out shopping a couple days later because I was just so shocked, but I deserved it. I had gotten beside myself, as you say, as a teen. But yeah, I think generally though the dads are. I think Art Make Peace, you're right. The dads are more the disciplinarian. Art Make Peace says, have you ever said during a situations with your kids, said just wait until your father gets home? Yeah, I don't say that because I don't have a father to get home, but I'll tell you what I do, and I do have to be careful because I'll call Donald in a heartbeat. I'll pick up the phone and I'll say, you know what, blah 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 blah, and he'll say, put her on the phone, and I'll call my daughter over. I said, your Uncle Donald wants to talk to you, and she'll say, I don't want to talk. I didn't do anything, and then she gets over the phone. Yes, sir. What is it, sir? Well, I'm just like, now I was everything but a child of God, and all of a sudden he's sir. So She's in there laughing because she knows it's true. One of the holy says, and your friend is right. Crafty Ella says, in my house, I'm the bad cop. I wish I was the bad cop, Crafty Ella. And I used to be, I haven't shared this a lot, but I used to be a peace officer. I had, one of the holy says, my aunt says, if you have the E look, you can control them. I know I need that E look. Ooh, I need to perfect my E look. You know, I had people who were on probation who reported to me. And I remember when my daughter was 2, before I had retired, I took her to court one day because one of the judges, the judges wanted to meet her. So I brought her in, and she was kind of, in rare form that day. And it just so happened that one of the people I supervised was in court on a case that day, on one of my cases, actually. And he came up to me afterwards and he goes, Miss M, we mind you better than she does. And I remember I turned to him and I said, who asked you? Who asked you? And I was thinking to myself, he's right. It's a shame. It's a darn shame. But anyhow, Brian Ford says, oh, wow, better than getting beat with the hose. Oh, man, crazy story. You're right, Brian. It is better than getting beat with the hose. But, oh, I was fit to be tied because my hair, I don't know if you know about hair, especially with black folks' hair and my hair, when it gets wet, it looks like a lion. So yeah, I had to go out on a date looking crazy. But anyhow, Crafty Ella says, my kids 39, 34, 33 say they are putting me in timeout and don't let me talk to my grandbabies. Well, I have a question to ask you, Crafty Ella. Are you strict with your grandbabies, or do you let them get away with things you didn't let your children get away with? Because I didn't recognize my mom when it came to being around the grandchildren. I remember once I had my goddaughter up there when she was just a little toddler up visiting my mom, and she did something, and I turned to my mom and I said, well, do you think I should spank her? And she looked at me like I had grown horns. She goes, what are you talking about? How could you even consider such a thing? Of course not. And I thought, who took my mom and possessed my mom's body? I mean, because my mom would have tore my behind up. And she was acting like I was going to take this kid and put her in hot boiling water. So I was like, what in the world? So I just wonder, Crafty Ella, are you one of those moms that were really strict with your kids, but your grandkids have the run of the place, or what? Fess up now, fess up. Donald says, yeah, but you learned a good lesson. I sure did learn a good lesson, getting all soaked and drenched. But Donald knows my mom didn't play. She did not play. Jocelyn Morrison says, can't wait to see your interview. It's going to be a few weeks because I've got to get it all set up, and it's a pretty well-known couple, but I'm really, really hoping that it goes forward. Corrine says, my dad too, and I reminded. Donald says, see you later, Mama Ray. Oh, Mama Ray says, glorious life on wheels. You have a great night. Good night, everyone. Thank you, Donald, for catching my back there. Bye, Mama Ray. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. I told you I missed some of my comments. Thanks so much, Mama Ray, for stopping by. I do appreciate it. Oh, excuse me. Good night, Don Miller. Yes, good night, Mama Ray. Jocelyn Morrison says, can't wait to see your interview. Oh, I think I already said that. Blanche Taylor says, I'll try to lose my mind one time to see if it works, but what happens is I like it. That's true. That is true. That is so true. This woman who I was saying has a ministry. She said, if you get into it with your husband, she said, if you don't get your crazy on and start acting crazy, and he beats you to it and he's acting crazy first, she said, you can't get crazy because two of you can't be crazy at one time. So whoever beats you to the crazy, they get to own crazy that night. So I'm like, well, hey, I would have to beat him to the crazy every night. But she was saying, yeah, she says, once my husband, if he gets crazy, I have to be the sensible one. I'm like, darn. Art Make Peace says, my dad made me go get a switch. Oh, my mom used to do that. Yeah. One time from a tree when I was about 4. He never hit me with it, but the threat was all it took to straighten up and respect both my parents after that. Well, Art Make Peace, I have something to tell you. We had practically an orchard in our backyard. My mom, Donald will remember this. My mom used to make us go out and get these switches. Now, this was a major, and my mom used them, but this was a major ordeal because if you got a switch that was too, if you got we tried like getting a switch that's all brown and dried out, that when she swatted you with it, it would break up. You don't want to do that because if you did that, then she'd go out and pick the switch. So then you're trying to find one that's, firm enough to satisfy her, but not firm enough that it's going to really hurt. So yeah, that's like someone going to the guillotine and having to pick which axe chops their head off. Yeah. So that was worse than the beatdown, actually, tell you the truth. Blanche says, oh, I miss that. Oh, here's someone. I miss the name. Says, hi from Scotland. I'm dad of 3 young kids. It's hard to discipline them because you love them. But at the end of the day, you're right. You're there to be their dad, not their friend. Could you please say your name again? I missed it because if you're new to his, thank you so much. From Scotland, thank you. I missed the name because I'm not good at reading the comments. They go a little too fast for me. I haven't learned how to slow them down yet. But you're so right. You want to be fun, but not fun to the point that they don't take you seriously, because if they don't learn their lessons with you, then someone else is going to teach them, and it's going to be someone who doesn't love them, and that's going to be probably a very ugly thing. So you're so right. One of the holies says, I treat all of them the same. The grands don't get away with anything. Don thinks I'm too hard on them. Oh, if Donald thinks you're too hard on them, ooh, mercy. That's saying something. Crafty Ella says, get away with 50%. I still have rules for them. Actually, my daughter tells them I'm calling Ella, and they straighten right up. We used to have, my mom used to, if my mom had to leave, because my dad was in the military, so he was gone a lot. So if my mom had to leave and go somewhere, she'd say, okay, I'm leaving Carol in charge, because my older brother, by the time my older brother was out of the house, he was already on to college. So Donald wasn't always the most cooperative with me, although I love my brother Donald. He was a hellion as a kid. So I'm only telling the truth, Donald. So, oh, time check. Thank you, Donald. So I would call my Aunt Esther or Aunt Nita, especially Aunt Esther. Aunt Esther would just get on that phone, and she had a deep voice. She'd say, tell him to get on this phone. And I'd say, Donald, Aunt Esther wants to talk to you. And he'd come. He'd even walk slow to the phone, like he was going to a guillotine. And then he'd say, yes, what is it, Aunt Esther? And she would give him the business. She said, you don't want me coming over there, do you? Because if I come over there, you know it won't be pretty. And Donald would straighten up. He would straighten up for about 15 minutes. And then, I would have to threaten him with calling again. But he would always say, you're not the boss of me. I'd say, yeah, I am. Mom left me the boss of you. But anyhow, Donald says, that actually sounds about right. First one to crazy. Oh, yeah, talking about when I was talking about the first one to crazy. Don Miller says, she used to make me go get the switch. Yep, my mom used to make us go get the switch. And one time, I remember she threatened, if you don't straighten up, I'm going to braid some switches together. Ooh, that got my attention. You don't want switches braided together. This sounds like medieval torture, but we all turned out to be pretty good people, and we didn't feel like we were abused. I guess because everyone on the street, their parents were doing the same thing. I remember we had a boy named Chaz, and he jumped off a building that was across the street from our house because he said he could fly. He was Batman. He had put this cape around him. He jumped off the building. His mom was a single mom, so that meant she had to take him to the emergency room. She didn't have any extra money for that. So jumped off the building, broke his arm. She came out. Someone ran and got her. She came out. I hate to say this, but she spanked him all the way home and then put him in the car and took him to the emergency room. Hey, they don't make parents like they used to in the olden days. You talk about some tough parents. They don't make them like that anymore. Stuart McClan. Hi, Stuart. Thank you so much for coming back on. Stuart McClan says, I would love to do a van conversion like yours, but Scotland isn't known for its tropical climate. What are you guys doing for heat and insulation? Well, I have a pretty robust battery system, Stuart. I have 400 amp hours of lithium. So it's more of a problem in the heat than in the cold weather. because I just put a little space heater in there and it heats it up. Plus with a down comforter, I really don't have that much of a problem. And I may be putting a diesel or a heater that connects to my gas tank that will just heat it up. And I've heard it's called a Webasto, or there's another one, I forget the name, but a Webasto, and it's supposed to really heat it up no matter what the climate. Don Miller says Stuart needs a little advice on insulation and heating. Someone help him. Thank you, Don. Thank you. But I've heard of this new insulation that I think I'm going to try if I do another van bill. It's actually Lizard Skin is the brand name, but there's a product and it's supposed to really protect from heat and cold. And you spray it on the skin of the metal frame inside of the van. And I think I may use that next time. There's a company that's using it, and I'll have to get their name. They do these, but their van bills are like maybe 150,000. So I'm just going to try and find someone who would do the spray, and then but yeah, that really helps. And a lot of people use this foam, this inch thick foam. It's like foam board that you put on you cut it to size and you put it on there, and then in between they might put sheep's wool in the crevices. But it does need to have some breathing space too. But there, hit me up on Glorious Life on Wheels at gmail.com, and I'll be happy to go more in detail with it and give you some videos that you can look at, Stuart, on the insulation. Art Make Peace says, I honestly think that's the problem with kids now. I understand the problems of abuse, but you have to discipline. Kids now get away with whatever they want. Well, I've heard kids cussing their parents out, and I'm just shocked. Because if I had done that, I don't know if I'd be here talking to you today. But, Brian Ford says, that's the good old days when I was a kid and mom would whoop you in a store. Yeah, that is. Strangers would help and hold you down. Now strangers call the police on the mom and busy out the cell phone, bust out the cell phone camera. That's true. Yeah, my mom and aunt went to school. I'm telling tales on Donald. I'm not telling any of the stories on me much. Well, I did tell that whole water hose, but my mom and Aunt Esther, she was the reinforcement. They went to school. Donald had cut up one day in class, and they went to school, elementary school. And my mom spanked him right there. She didn't have to go back to school again. Spanked him right there in school. So after that, you don't want your mom. You do not want your mom coming spanking you at school. Trust me, you do not. So, and the teachers didn't complain. I'm sure they were happy. So, cheers, Don. And one of the holies says he still is. Yeah, he was a character. Amy is Donald's wife. Brian Ford says, bust out the, I know what you meant, Brian. Bust out the cell phone cameras. Carol Springs said, hi, Carol. I don't know if I said hello to you. Good to see you live, Carol. The other Carol, yes. Well, it looks like I have used up my hour here, and I got a few extra minutes for the blackout. That was my fault, of course. Donald says, I remember one day mom was tired, so she made Michael give us this whipping. I know. My mom had my older brother spank us one day because she was so tired of us. The two of us, we did. Maybe one day I'll tell you what we did to a babysitter. I don't know if I'll tell you that. You might change your opinion of me once I tell you. But my mom tore us up that day. Woo, boy, she gave us I don't think my mom ever wailed on us like she did that day, but we deserved it. I have to admit, we deserved it. Squeeze the day, say, hey, almost missed you here. Going to check it out. Yeah, we're gonna be heading off here. Thank you so much. Hi, Thrifty Angela. I've got to go over and check out because Valentine's Day is coming up, and I haven't checked out your Valentine Day video, and I hear it is really excellent. Thank you so much. Thrifty Angela, sorry I'm so late, just finished dinner. Hey, Angela, I'm just glad you made it. Glad you made it. Brian Ford is saying hello to Thrifty Angela. One of these holy and oh my goodness, Amy, who is Donald's wife, says, I love these stories about Donald. LOL. Yeah. Oh, I've got a whole bucket full of them. I got the time that he went to the park after school to play instead of coming home. And he was weak. My mom had called the police. She thought someone had kidnapped him, everything else. Go find him playing at the park, and he tells the police officer that the wind blew him to the park. Okay, that's it. I'm not telling any more tales out of school on Donald today. Maybe next time. Maybe next time. Uh, Blanche Taylor says kids now will say anything to the law and adults go to jail. That's why they act up like they're all that and a bag of chips. You got it, Blanche. You got it. Crafty Ellis says, my daughter did that to one of mine. And I said, how could you do that? She said, wait, you did that to me going to school. Hey, my mom, I would tell my mom, as you know, as I became an adult, some of the things she did. And she said, oh, I would never do such a thing. I did never. I was like, okay, mom, if you say so. My mom, of course, like I said, when she had grandkids, she turned into a different person. But Fallen 8029 says, hi, hello, Fallen 8029. Thank you. I am going to be heading out and letting you guys go and get back to your Saturday. Thrifty Angela says, thank you. Oh, Thrifty Angela, I got to get over there and check out this Valentine stuff. And my friend Anna from Angel Cove is going to upholster my cushions for my van. And I'm using the fabric that you Globies picked out and chose. I gave you a couple of fabrics and you chose one, and that's the fabric I'm using. So hopefully on the next live, I'll be able to show you my fabric from my mattress, our cushions in my van. So I'm going to be heading out. Healthy Living with Miss Renee the Barber says, nice live. Thank you so much. Art Make Peace says, have a wonderful night. Blanche Taylor says, wonder, I opened my side door on my van. It was cold, but the roof was dripping water. My side van is insulated, but a lot of water was dripping from inside. I wonder why. I think I would check on the seal, Blanche, because I had a problem when I ran my van through the I didn't run it through it. Actually, I went to the self serve where you have a hose and you wash your van down, and it turned out it's the seal around the door. So I would check that out, Blanche, and see if you have a problem with the seal. But I'm not an expert. You probably want to really check with the mechanic and find out what's going there. But my problem is the seal. Don Miller says, giving up all the secrets. Uh-oh. He says, you just wait until next Saturday. Your turn is coming. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I got to talk to Donald on the phone between now and then and negotiate with him. All right, guys. Alice Green says, good night, everyone. Kat Brady says, enjoy the live. Have a good night. Kat, your gift card is coming. I haven't forgotten you. In fact, I added a late fee to it since it's so late in getting to you. But bye, everyone. Ford Man, a.k.a. Kenneth Oaks. Good night, everyone. Good night. Hopefully next time some of you will come up and join the live stream. Take care. Love you all.